everybody. Let's check out some work by Inger Blood. I think I met Inger. I think I did. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that I ran into her at one of our shows. I want to say it might have been like the one around the San Francisco area a year or so. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that I met her while I was doing a live. And I have just become more and more fascinated with what she does. She is a quilter that I'm drawn to. I'm just drawn to her work. And I wanted to share some of it with you today because it's just amazing. And I wish that I could meet her again because I got questions. Now I want to talk about how things are achieved and techniques and whatnot. So this one is called Holiday Splendor, and it won, what did it win? Second place at whatever show this is. Now, I'm not sure which show. I think this is the Paducah show. Not 100% sure if I'm being 100% honest. I go to a lot of shows, but I do want to just take a look at just how gorgeous this is. Just at first glance, you see the beautiful scalloped borders. I want to try a scalloped border soon. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I'd like to. And then she has jewels that have been placed throughout this quilt. And I remember that it just sparkled, sparkled, sparkled. You're probably wondering why I'm showing a holiday quilt here, but that's because we probably need to start thinking about holiday quilts if we're going to knock out one that is not as fabulous as this, but just a holiday quilt. It's time. It's time to start thinking about these things. So we have these lovely cardinals, and I'm not sure if this is applique on or if it is um, in the fabric, but it's fabulous no matter what. And it just waves through. And I'm not sure if it is. I don't know. Because look, the centerpiece here has these two birds right here, but you don't see that repeating anyplace else, which is very interesting to me. It's not a repeat of that. It's not a repeat right here. I could just look at quilts all day long and just spend some time with them. And this is one of those quilts. And look at how it goes. It's not a perfect little scallop or whatnot. It kind of has some sharp edges, but we've got these beautiful curves that happen in these corners that are just perfect. So then on top of that, we have it framed with the green here and some very, very luxurious quilting. We'll get into the quilting in a minute. We've got just shades of red and shades of green used. It's not just one color, so that gives it some depth and dimension, even though you see a repeating block here. It looks like a pineapple type block. I'm not sure if this one has a specific name, but whenever I see these edges here, I think the pineapple block, which is not an easy block. I know somebody told me, just get the creative grids ruler, it's fine. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure that the Creative Grids ruler will be enough to help me do a pineapple block. But again, the different shades really help it give some depth. We've got, it looks like the warmest tone is in the middle. It kind of does a gradation kind of vibe. And then we have pictures of the cardinals in here. I wonder if this was a panel of sorts, but if it is, how do we get this? How do we get this border? I really wish I could talk to her again because again, I have questions. Um, this border, is this just border fabric? Were you able to find the repeat and just piece it in? Were these panel pieces that were cut out and you quilted around them because it's the same? It looks like the same design. You see that square that's going around each one, which is awesome. It gives you some continuity. I love the color choice. It's not in your face green, it's just holiday. It just feels holiday good. Let's see. Let's go in for a deeper look here. Let's look at this quilting. So, if we get in this corner here, uh-oh, am I getting in too close? This lattice style quilting, I don't know, I could just eat it up. I absolutely love, lattice style anything. Anytime you see me quilt something, it's always in kind of a diamond form, lattice style. As we go down here through the sides, you can see that their quilting is going straight, and then we have a repeated here. It looks like this is probably computerized just due to the perfection. And then check that out. I want to say there's a little bit of a trim or a rickrack that was placed in the binding. And that binding, I'm sure, is bias binding, and it just curves perfectly. Oh, I'm just digging it. And then between all the lattice, it has been quilted down, which is absolutely amazing. And as we float across here, you can see that in these borders, look at that, it comes to a perfect point. Even if this was computer generated, somebody knows how to really work their their computer machine because that's amazing. Here, as we get closer, you can see all the crystals that have been placed on this. That's about the only part of this quilt that I feel confident enough that I could do is place these crystals on this quilt. You can also see more of the dimension that we're getting with these various colors. And you can see that here, there is a lovely quilted flower. It looks like a poinsettia in the center. And then you have these repeated quilt pattern here. It looks like some pebbles and then a ton of dense quilting around some beautiful leaves. And it looks like each one has had the same design, which again keeps with the continuity. I love this shape. Look at this. I can see it. I think this is a pineapple block, guys, but I could be wrong. And I'm really digging how it all comes together and where she chose to use the green and where she chose to use the red. I could just stare at this quilt all day. And then look, it looks like some little, I guess this isn't fussy cut per se, but I'm just now that we're all up close, I can see that the square in a square here has got some type of floral print in there that's a little bit larger than the others. Oh, you guys, this is absolutely amazing. It's just, it's just amazing. Can you guys see the flowers that are repeated all the way through here? Ah, Inger, you are amazing. This is an amazing quilt, and I'm so happy that it's getting the love that it deserves because each quilt has to find its show. Because when I first saw this quilt, I don't think it placed. I think it was, it entered, but I don't think that it placed. And I want to say at Paducah, it did. That's Paducah's emblem over here. So yes, I want to say that it did place. And I'm just so happy that this quilt is getting the love that it deserves because it's really special. It's actually special to me, and I didn't do a piece of sewing on it, but it makes me feel so warm inside. I just love it. Now, because I was being nosy, I don't often do this, but I wanted to know. Oh, look at this in the corner. I'm getting sidetracked. Look at this. Oh, can I pull it down more? I cannot. Look over here in this corner at that point that comes down. Ugh, just delicious. I was being nosy, and so I went to her Facebook page to see if there were other quilts because I don't think that this is the first quilt that I met of hers. I think this was the second quilt. I think there was another quilt in whatever show there was that I was drawn to. Um, but this one was absolutely my favorite. So let me just show you guys some more of her work really quickly. So again, I got nosy and I went to Facebook and I wanted to see who she was, if she was somebody who does this on a regular basis, if she was a show quilter, if she was a quiltress, somebody that we should know, because I never know who I'm supposed to know. And you know what? I don't know any of the answers to the questions, but I do know that she is a dynamic quiltress. She has made some amazing pieces. And here is one that's got some words that are in here that I'm not quite sure what they say. Um, and it looks like some chains of some sort. Something's intertwined. I'm not sure how she did this. Maybe applique work. I love the drop here, the drop, what do they call that? A drop shadow. It's just neat, just a neat piece of art. And she's got a couple more I want to show you guys that are amazing. I don't know how I forgot to mention that this has a ribbon here, which is amazing. I think this is at the, oh, don't get me to telling the story. I don't know what show this is. Hold on. Here is another one of her quilts, and you know that this one speaks to my heart. Check out the quilting that's in these blocks here that are pointing towards the center, and you see it echoing here. We've got some really tight quilting here. I wouldn't necessarily call it matchstick, but it is tight. I don't know if this is appliqued or if this is pieced in. Either way it goes, it's just stunning. And you can see them all falling to the center. And this reminds me of that other quilt that I did see at, oh, I forget. And I talked about how I wanted to do something like this and put Alice falling down the hole. This is an amazing illusion quilt. I can totally see it. The Rubik's cubes, just everything. Everything about this is absolutely awesome. I think there might even be some words hidden here and also here. I could be wrong. I could be imagining things, but I think I'm seeing something. I think there's one more quote I want to show you. And here it is. If this isn't stunning, I don't know what is. This is just amazing. Look at the pebbles back here. And I don't always love pebbles, but for whatever reason, this just kind of goes with the floral theme. And then you can see this shape of quilting behind, and we have it going out to some straight line there. And this beautiful, beautiful applique work here. And I'm not sure if this was enhanced or colored by her, if this was a panel, if this is all applique, if this was done using ink tints or crayons to, enhance the flowers and give them depth and dimension, but it is just beautiful. This almost looks like this could have been hand dyed or painted fabrics. I'm not sure, but look at that. She made it come to a a miter. She did a miter on the corners, which is just elevation, elevation, elevation. Look at how beautiful that quilting is right there. It's like a little piece of like a leaf that comes down and moves through. And I am just amazed at every aspect of this. You can see that the quilting changes, but it's not a harsh change, it's a soft change. It's just the decisions that were made here are absolutely amazing. All right, you guys know what to do. Let's jump in the comment section and love on Inger. And again, I hope you guys come on back on Mondays where we celebrate another quilter. All right, bye-bye.